Hi guys, it's Tav from Shine Bright Design and it is Inktober and this is day 1 and I'm doing a piece from Camilla and this is one of her manga pieces from her manga coloring book. I'll put the details in the description box below, but we are going to be coloring this piece. So for Inktober we are doing coloring with just inks and I hope you guys enjoy. So this is going to be a step-by-step tutorial and it's going to be a very similar format to what my normal tutorials are, but we're just using inks. So let's see where we can push the boundaries. So the first color I'm picking up is a copic marker and this is E00. I'm getting the chiseled section and we're just going to color the skin. So I'm leaving the highlight sections underneath the skin and I'm doing the hair, the skin behind the hair. The ear, underneath the chin like so, and we're going to bring it up to the face and leaving still that highlight section underneath the eye. Then I'm going to go also under, do the boobs here and quickly color here. So it looks like she's popping out of water, but we'll see what happens. Whether I just do water and sky or just do whatever I feel like. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so I'm picking up another color. This is E11. Getting your chisel size again. We are going to bring it in. Sculpt that cheek a little. Go a bit under the chin. And then go into her jawline like so. Bring in. We're going to work really quick as well. Going back under the hairline here. Going between the nose and around. Now back in with that E00. Chiseled section again, going over the color we just laid down to blend it out. Going back in with the E11. Going back in with the E00 now, blending out that E11, going over it just to blend it out. Same with up here as well. Alright, I'm going to go in with the colorless blender now. And I'm going to go around the face. And blend it out like so. I'm going to go in with this E33 and I'm going with the pointed side. I'm going to go put some shadow around the lips here, a bit under, on the side of the face like so, going at the ear, under the neck. Now I'm going to go in with the E11 with the pointed section now and blending out that E33. Doing the same thing down here, just to blend everything out. I'm going to go in with a flesh color, which is R02. I'm going to go in with the pointed section. And then I'm going to go in with the colorless blender. And blend out that color as well. Now on top of flesh, I'm going to go in with pink with this Copic sketch. Go with the pointed brush section. And just add in some pink. Now back in with the flesh, which is R02. Blending out that pink, which was RV11. Blending that out. Now back in with the colorless blender. There you go. I'm going to go around the lips now and do some shading. So going in with your pointed point with E33, we are going to just place some shadow under the lip, like so. Going in with E11, blending out that color. I'm going to do little circular motions like so. And now I'm going to go in with the E00. Circular motions, like so. Now in with our colorless blender in the shield section, we're just going to blend everything out. Okay, I'm going to go in with the E33 now. In the chiseled section, I want to place some shadow between the eyes a little, run it into the hair. And then back in with the E11 in the chiseled section, chiseled color, blending that out. And then in with the E00 chiseled section again, blending that color out. Now in with the colorless blender. Blending everything out now. And there we have it. I'm going to go in a bit with this E33 and I just want to deepen that hair, that shadow behind the hair. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with some yellow. This is pale yellow, which is Y15. So we're just going to go base color with this Y15. Now I'm in with the lemon yellow, which is Y13. I'm blending that out around the tail here and any sections that I've missed. Now we're going to go in with our orange. This is YR04. With your brush section, we're going to do a lot of brush movements and more like a stroke. We're going to try and like lift up so the color isn't as saturated. And for me, when I add more color over and over in the same section, the area becomes very saturated with the ink. And then, so that's why I'm going over and over in this section. See how it's dark here? It's because there's more ink saturated in that area of space. Back in with the Y15. Back in those yellow areas and blending everything out. So what I think, my thoughts, I'm not really trained in copic markers or markers in general, but this is my theory. When you're working on marker paper like so, if you don't want the color to appear so saturated or you want to blend, you just blend that color back in to this area. So as you can see, I'm going in with the yellow and it's knocking back that original orange because the area is becoming more saturated now with the yellow. Now, for me, I'm not formally trained in any sort of art. I kind of just learn about the medium as I go. That's how I've always been. I've never really been taught any particular medium besides high school teaching. Now, we're going to go in again with this YR04. I'm going to add the shadow in areas that I think that need it. Now I'm going to go in with some vermilion, which is R08. In with the brush. Going in those dark sections now. I'm going over those scale lines in this vermilion just to give it a bit of something. There we go. Now, this hair. Let me show you what my plans are for this hair. So, 3 colors. Going in with your flesh, which is R02. There's going to be highlight sections, and these sections I'm going to leave white. So with this brush marker, I'm going to brush it up, like so. This is what I love about the brush markers, or these sketch markers, is that you can be sketchy. You don't have to be so chiseled. Now I'm going in with Vermilion, which is R08. I'm going to just sketch it down like so. I think if you're going to start with any type of sketch set, copic sketch set, I think you should start off with the copic sketch sets as a beginner. They're really user-friendly and easy to use, just because of the sketching nib. When you work with the square nibs like these ones, it's not as free-flowing and fluid, and I think when you're in a learning curve, I think the sketch ones are a lot better. Bring this under the chin, like so. Now we're going to go back in with that R02, which is the rose salmon. I'm going to go over everything and blend out that vermilion. And as I said before, when you want colors to blend out, what you do is you soften it by saturating the ends of it. And see how here it's really, really nicely blended together. This is what I'm going to do also with the hair over here. And just blend things out. Remember, I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to copic, but markers in general, but I'm learning as I go. Because I feel like I have a very adaptable style. So we just go over everything, and when it comes to those two sections that are kind of side by side, you work those areas in with the ink and you saturate a bit more so that they blend together. And that's how I kind of work. What I love about my abilities is that I'm really adaptable. I think it's really great how I pick up mediums really easily. I'm very versatile with my medium, and I think that's what you should be as an artist, as a designer. You should be very versatile. You should pick up things very easily and understand that art can be created in many forms of mediums. So again, we're going over everything, but then when we're at those two sections that are kind of side by side, we go over and we blend it out. The way we do that is we add more pigment into those two sections so that those two colors mix together and kind of blend together or bleed into each other as they're wet. See, when a pigment is dry and you place another pigment on top, it doesn't really blend as well, but if the pigment is wet, the two can really merge together. So going over that vermilion, I'm kind of blending that vermilion into that rose salmon, and that way it's not as harsh. There we go. It's so nice, isn't it? I think it's a really lovely look right now. It really follows the color scheme and everything. So I'm going in now with our crimson, which is RV29. This color I'm just going to use for shadows, just for the strokes. Similar as what we did here with the orange and on top of the goldfish. I'm using this crimson color as like, I guess, streaks to the hair. Now, basically all of Camilla DeRico's artwork in her manga coloring book is really all sketch. It just looks like the way you see now. It's really loose, fluid, and sketchy. It has no locked in lines or anything like that. And I think that's really unique to her coloring book style. And it also doesn't, it gives a lot of flexibility in terms of your coloring style. A lot of the time people get really turned off when people do blocked in eyebrows or hair. Like, people can't work with that. But I don't really mind it because it doesn't faze me, like it doesn't really bother me. There we go. Going in with the vermilion, we're going to go on top of those strokes, just lightly. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go in this section with the vermilion and blend it out. So, as it was kind of a bit too harsh for my liking. Now I'm going to go in with the rose salmon. And we're just going to go over everything and blend things out. And while we're doing this, we still see those lines, but we soften them by placing this color on top. When you place the inks on a dry, it does look really harsh. It looks really hard on the surface. But if you apply it to a wet surface, it bleeds out. Same as how you would do watercolor, it bleeds out. We're going to go in with a light blue, and this is B14. Just filling in the background with this color. Being very careful. still filling in. Let's see if I can have a smooth background. I realize now that it's probably not the case. It looks very patchy. But let's see what we can do. Now I'm going in with processed blue, and I am going to go around everything and blend out. Processed blue is B05. So I'm going over everything in this processed blue, and I think even though that markers don't lay down smoothly, they look quite patchy. You can see it here. We can blend it out like so with multiple layers in order to make things look more smooth. So what I'm going to do now is go back in with that light blue, which is B14, and I'm going to blend that area out with the processed blue. Like so, and just blend that color out, and that streakiness should start to dissipate, like so. Alright, now I want to go in with another color, which is B06, which is a peacock blue, and I'm going to go in from the outside now. I'm going to try and work in small sections so I can work with it. Going in with the B05, we're going to go in over on top of that peacock blue, which is the B06. Blend that out, and then back in with a B14 and go everything as a whole and blend it all together. You have to work really quickly, that's the thing. but if you work quick enough, it should be quite smooth. Going in with the Peacock Blue, which is B06. Going in with the B05 now. Then in with the B14. Fill, blend. There you go, an even colour. I'm going to go in with that Peacock Blue, which is B06. I want to put those shadows in now. Now going in with a B05, blending that out. And then going in with the B14 and bring it all together. We're going to do the same thing with these eyes now too. Going in with your B14, colour the whole section, leaving that dot white. Going in with the Peacock Blue, which is the B05. Fill it in. Not fill it in, but slowly bring the colour in. Go in from the pupil as well. Bring it out. Now in with the Peacock, which is B06. Bring that colour down. Go in from the pupil, extend it out. Now we're going to go in with ultramarine, which is B29. I'm going to be very light with the amount that we saturate. Just basically doing the lines, going in with the pupil, let it kind of bleed out a little. Run some lines from the center. Same thing here. Now I want to go in with some Posca pens because this is still marker challenge. First off, I'm going to go in with some of that rose salmon, which is R02. I'm going to dot these freckles. Now all these little raindrops and everything, I'm going to go on top with a white Posca pen. And I'm going to almost basically erase them with the white Posca pen. So you won't see those black lines no more. You're just going to see white Posca pen wherever there is a raindrop. Now, I think what's really nice about Inktober is that for me, I'm not very comfortable with ink, and it really helps me kind of get comfy. It kind of helps me embrace the ink. Because, as you guys know, I am more comfortable in pencils. But Inktober really gets me out of my comfort zone. And I feel like when you're out of your comfort zone, you grow the most. I'm going to highlight a bit of this goldfish, and the way I'm going to do that is with this white Posca pen. I am going to go on top of all the scales in white. That looks real cool. Alright, I'm heaps happy with that. I don't think we'll do the whole thing, we'll just do majority of it. Running the white from the ends of the fin. I'm gonna also do some white hair strokes. Alright, so that is the piece so far. I want to go in with some more color. We're going to go in at the eyes here. And we're going to go and define those eyelashes. Now, I'm going to do it in a black Posca pen. I'm going to go in here at the center and fill in the pupil. And I'm going to do proper lashes, so that we rid the lash of any sketchy look. Because I don't want it to be like a sketch, I actually want it to look like it's finished. Like so. I'm going to outline this eye now. And this lip. Like so. Outline the face. Alright, I am going to outline certain areas of this goldfish. Alright, back in with our white Posca pen. I'm going to fill in this white section here and here, and do a little one right here. And then I'm going to go and do some at the lips. And the nose. Highlight the nose a little. Gonna go in with the gel pen because it's gold. Do a bit of gold there on the ears. Let's get just something, something. And because I'm a bit extra, I'm going to do some more raindrops in the background. Put a little bit of this silver. On the goldfish. going to do a bit of scribbling here, just to keep this fluid, sketchy look alive. Like so. Gonna go in also at the fringe. Alright, let me zoom out. Okay guys, so that is my first piece for Inktober. I hope you guys have liked it, and I hope to see you for day 2. Anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!